Hello there. I hope you're doing well. Say hello, let me know if you jump on and give me a wave or give me a like or a love heart or something to let me know if you're watching the replay as well. I'd love to hear from you. So, a bit of a hurried one today. I haven't got my full internet server going, so hopefully this phone is going to hold out. So I will jump in quickly and share what I wanted to share with you today and see how we go with the connection. So today I wanted to chat about being a coach, being a leader, what that looks like, what kind of content that we would be sharing. And one of the things that I have been reflecting on, I guess, over the last few days is that distinction between sharing the how as opposed to helping people find their own how and helping people to see that vision of themselves, doing what it is that they dream of doing, overcoming the hurdles that they're faced with. You can probably hear my dog in the background barking. Sorry about that. And I find it really interesting, and I think, as an entrepreneur, as a coach, having been in this space for a number of years now, one of the things that I notice is a big shift for people, something that happens between when you start out as a coach and over time as you become more confident and comfortable within the work that you do, is that you start to shift the way that you bring your coaching to your clients. And one of the ways in which we do this is we start in the beginning feeling as though we have to give people the how, or we feel like we have to give people 3 steps to this outcome, or we have to focus on really practical, implementable kind of steps, or practical and implementable kind of programs. And what we can find is that sort of approach can help people to get some quick wins, but it doesn't necessarily help people to find what is within them that will help them to keep that going, or to find what is within them that has been preventing them moving forward. And so whilst you can give someone the hows of what to do, strategies, you can give them ideas of steps and approaches that they can take, people won't actually implement these unless they come from within them. And so part of our role as a coach or as a leader is more about helping people to see what's possible for them, to help people reach inside their heart and find what's there, to reach inside their own experiences, their own wisdom, their own journey that they've taken, and to find within them the answers that they're seeking. So in so doing, we're empowering them. We're actually saying you have all you need to be able to enable your dreams to be fulfilled, to enable yourself to move forward, to enable yourself to do anything it is that you desire to do. And we're helping them to become less dependent on external help, less dependent on external experts or advisors or people that are surrounding them and are telling them how to do things. And I don't know if you think about it from your own journey. When you first become an entrepreneur, or you first move into a particular field or a career path, one of the things that comes up is self-doubt. One of the things that comes up is you start looking to others to guide and advise you on how to approach what it is you're doing. You start to put the feelers out to who might be a leader in that space for you, that can give you ideas and can help you to gain confidence. But what happens is sometimes when we look to others, or we ask for advice and we ask for someone's expertise, we lose that connection with our own inner wisdom. We lose that connection with the things that resonate with us. We lose that connection with the ideas that could flow from within our heart. Sorry, I'm really distracted because my dog just keeps barking out there. I'm not sure what she's barking at, but hopefully it's not too loud for you guys. But I think it's really this sense of this pressure that we feel, or this expectation that we have to be the experts, to present ourselves as an expert in a particular space. So, this video is on Instagram. I'll later download it and put it on YouTube, and other areas as well. And I think in each of these arenas is this sense that somehow we have to present ourselves as an expert in a particular space. So we have to be a business coach, or we have to be a career coach, or we have to be a marketing coach, or whatever it is, and that we're looking for our niche, if you like, or our specific area of expertise, and that by speaking to that, or by sharing that particular experience that we have, that we're going to be speaking directly to those clients that want that information, or want that support and guidance. And in many ways we are. In many ways, if you're looking for a marketing coach, that's what you're going to be searching for. But what people deep down are looking for is often not the marketing expertise, because every marketing coach is going to share some different ideas. Every marketing coach is going to have different strategies. Every marketing coach is going to suggest you follow a different pathway in your business. And when you approach that marketing coach, you're doing it because you're doubting your ability in marketing. You're questioning whether what you're doing is working. You're questioning whether what you think you should be doing is the right path for you, whether it will work, whether it will bring the outcome that you're looking for. And so this idea about searching for that expert is our way of dealing with our insecurities or our doubts within ourselves, as we start saying to ourselves, I need this person's expertise to help me overcome this particular hurdle. When really what it is that we're doubting ourselves, and part of the journey for us, and part of the journey that our coach can help us with, is reconnecting with all the ideas that we have and what feels like the best fit for us. So as an example, some work that I did this week around my programs, I'm in the process of pulling some programs down and retiring them, and I'm in the process of creating some new programs and thinking about what they look like. And as part of that journey, as part of that decision-making process, I have had to reconnect with what's in my heart. Like, what am I dreaming about creating? What am I looking forward to sharing with people? What do I know is my zone of genius in terms of the love that I bring to it? What is something that I can get really behind, that I'm excited about, that I know when I share it that others will feel excited too? Not from a space of me as the expert, but from the space of following what my heart is telling me is the message that I need to share with the world. And so rather than coming to coaching from that position of feeling like I have to be an expert in this and this, and that I need to just keep sharing that information, it's more about reconnecting with what's in my heart, what feels like a good fit, what feels like something that I can deliver on, that feels like I can actually be a support to others, that I can be a partner with them on the journey, that I can get as excited about what they're doing as what they are, and not, with me being the guide or the leader in the sense of the content or the ideas that they're sharing or anything like that, but more about something that flows from within me that feels like a really good fit for where I'm at right now, with what is my passions are right now, and being able to connect with that side of, what does it look like? Does it look like a coaching program that's one-on-one? Does it look like a group program where I'm sharing with a range of different people, bringing them together, bringing that community together? Or does it look like a workshop or something along those lines? And so it's this process that you go through of connecting with your inner wisdom, of asking yourself, like, I could create anything, I could make any program on any topic, but what's going to feel like a good fit? Not what does someone else think I should do? What does my audience, think that I should do? What should I, what are the shoulds of the particular path that I've been following in the past? But rather letting it all go and connecting with what's in my heart. What's my heart calling on me to do right now? And what does that look like? What do the pieces of that look like? What does the whole package look like all together? And so that is what connecting with your heart is about. Working with a coach can mean, if you know, depending on who you select, it can mean that that person is suggesting to you how you might do that, what that might look like, what kind of program might resonate with your audience, what kind of, you know, right down to what you're going to call it, those sorts of things. And really, if you're going to connect with your inner wisdom and confidence, then that kind of advice, those how-tos, that specific stuff around the strategy and the detail isn't what's helpful. Because often the thing that's prevented you doing it before, the thing that's prevented you putting out there what it is that you dream of putting out there, is not the how. It's not the, you know, the how. You can look it up, you can Google it, you can find it on YouTube, you can find anything that you need to help you to operationalize the dream that you have. But that's not what's been stopping you. The absence of information is very, very rarely what's stopping you, because you can easily access that. The thing that's stopping you is the belief that you have that you can make it happen, the belief that you've got what it takes, the belief that you can find your path, the belief that you you know, have within you everything that you need to enable that to be not only an amazing program, you know, service, offering, whatever, but to trust in yourself that you have what it takes to deliver that. And so I guess in a way, what I'm really wanting to reflect and chat about with you today is the role of a coach, the role of a leader. And that there is this illusion that comes through in social media and in, you know, the world of business, where people feel that they're going to stand out if they present their expertise and their knowledge and their experience in a particular area, when what really helps you to stand out is how you support others to access their own inner wisdom, their own expertise, their own knowledge, their own values that drive them to actually transcend what they've been doing to what they dream of doing, to what they believe in their heart that is possible for them. And, you know, I think we all have this. We all have a deep belief within us that we can do and, you know, create anything. But there's another part of us that tells us we can't. There's another part of us that holds us back, that doubts, another part of us that speaks loudly over the top of us when we start to believe in ourselves and says, who do you think you are, you know? And so the role of a coach is really to help people to hear that inner wisdom, to hear that inner voice that leads and guides us individually towards that higher self. And we can take that as a negative. We can say to ourselves, but hang on, I've got so much experience in this area and this is my strength and this is what I have to offer. But the strength that you have to offer is more in helping people to find their own journey through that. It's through taking the experience and wisdom you've gained and that awareness that there isn't one solution, there isn't one answer, there isn't one pathway, that there are numerous pathways and that the pathway for each of us is entirely different. And so as a coach, your role is supporting people. It's holding that space for people. It's helping people feel calm. It's helping people to find that sense of peace within them that enables those answers to come forth. And, you know, I think even if you come back to coaching training, I mean, that is what coaching training is. When you've done coaching training, you can be any kind of coach, because your job isn't to be an expert in that area. Your job isn't to be, you know, particularly skilled in the area that you're supporting people with. You just have to have that passion to be able to work with people on that. You have to have the interest in talking with people about those, you know, and hearing about their journey in that particular area. It doesn't require you to be an expert. You're never required to be an expert in that area. And yes, you can draw ideas from your experience and wisdom that, you know, you put out there, but it's not required of you. It's not an expectation. People will gain the biggest the biggest transformations through working with someone that can help them find their own way, who can help them overcome the barriers that have been coming up for them, the internal barriers, not the external barriers, not the knowledge, not any of that stuff, but the internal barriers, the things that stop them going out and researching and finding information, or the things that stop them putting themselves out there and sharing, the things that stop them speaking up and being a leader and challenging the way that people see things. And so, really that is ultimately what coaching is. And, from my perspective, I think the journey evolves as we go. And I think in the beginning, we can often feel that pressure to speak up and say, this is what I know and this is my area of expertise. But as you go along, you realize the more that you know, the less that you know in many ways, and that there are so many different ways that we can approach things. There's so many different strategies. There's so many different how-tos. And you know yourself that in the beginning, you're grabbing at all kinds of how-tos and you're implementing all kinds of how-tos, but the piece that's missing is the self-belief. The piece that's missing is the self-confidence. The piece that's missing is that internal stuff that holds us back, the things that we allow to affect our energy, the things that we allow to affect how big we are willing to think about what we do. They're all those internal barriers, and those aren't necessarily available to anyone else. Your coach can't see those blocks unless they are facilitating that conversation. If they're giving you how-tos, you're never going to get to that deeper layer. And, I think this has happened to me over the years with different coaches that I've worked with, where I felt like they were completely missing what I needed to move forward, because they were giving me stuff that I already knew. They were giving me stuff that I could easily find on YouTube, that I didn't have to pay for, that was just simple, straightforward, basic stuff. The things that stopped me moving forward weren't the how-tos. And you know yourself, when you have someone give you how-tos, it's not necessarily a good fit for you. Number one, it can bring up resistance because people are telling you it's really simple, this is the path forward and this is what you do and you'll be successful, or this is what you do and this is how you'll reach people, or this is, this is a simple strategy. I mean, we know within ourselves as coaches that things aren't that black and white, and that as soon as someone gives you a how-to, if it doesn't fit with your own personal worldview, your own values, your own sort of strengths, your own sort of sense of the direction that you're going, you're not going to do it. And I hear coaches sometimes say, that's resistance. That's the client just not following through. But if someone's resisting as a coach, it's really worthwhile asking, well, why are they resisting? Maybe what I'm giving them doesn't feel like a good fit for them. Maybe they're looking for something different. And that's our role, isn't it, as a coach, is really to ask the questions that help them get to the bottom of what is a good fit for you. What feels like it could really gel with you and your unique strengths and your unique value set and your unique mindset. And to help people uncover, well, what is standing in the way? What is that barrier that's preventing you moving forward? Maybe not with the strategy that someone's given you, but what's preventing you moving forward with the strategies that you want to move forward with? Like an example is video. Like here, I'm on video right now, and I know that everyone always talks about how valuable video is, and it might be that people say, yep, I want to do videos, but there's something stops them from doing it. So yes, they know it's a great strategy and they're going to reach lots of people. We all know it. It's nothing new and unusual, but something within us stops us doing it. It's nothing to do with the video. It's nothing to do with the strategy. It's to do with something within us, that fear of judgment, or that fear of not having something to talk about, or not knowing what to talk about, or not having our messaging really clear and precise, or whatever number. There could be any number of internal barriers that come up when we don't do something that we say we want to do, or we believe is a pathway that we would like to follow, we think is good for us. And it might be that the internal barrier is we love to write and we'd prefer to do it that way. We prefer to market ourselves in the ways that actually fit with who we are as a person and the way that we share our unique inner knowledge and wisdom with the world. And so I think it's this, it's really important for us to recognize as coaches that we don't need to be the expert. We don't need to give people strategies. We don't need to be the the people waving the magic wand. We don't need to be providing the solutions. Our role is to hold a safe space for people where they can find their own solutions. They can tap into their inner wisdom and they can find the path and overcome the barriers that have prevented them following that path before. So I hope that this idea has been kind of useful. I'd be really interested to hear from you. I mean, I know that this will be a polarizing video because that pressure is there, that sense is there to kind of step up and be the leader in the sense of a knowledge expert or an expert in our particular area. But as a coach, you can free yourself from that. You can let go of that sense of having to be a particular expert with all the knowledge and wisdom in a particular area, because all you have to do is be yourself. All you have to do is trust yourself. All you have to do is share who you are and be authentically you, bringing who you are in all your authenticity and your own unique journey. Not saying I am the expert in this area, so come to me, but more about my unique area of expertise is being able to help you to access your unique area of expertise so that you don't need me, so you're not reliant on me, so that you don't have to spend packets and packets of money on on paying other people to do for you what you can do for yourself. And totally, I get that when you're running a business, there will be people that will come on board with you, people that will help you in your journey, that will take on specific roles within your team that have particular expertise in certain areas. And you do that because you don't need to be the jack of all trades. You don't need to have the expertise in every area. You know that you can focus on being the expert in your particular area, and by being an expert, that means living that dream that you have, being authentic, sharing your unique message, connecting with that inner wisdom within you, sharing who you are and connecting with those people that resonate with that. Not that you're shaping something to reach a particular person, but you're being authentic, you're living that story. I remember doing a training a few years ago and someone talked about storytelling as opposed to story doing. And really, this is about story doing. This is about stepping into that highest version of yourself, stepping into that leader within you, embodying your message, living your message, experiencing it and being that. And connecting with people and finding those people, or them finding you, those people that resonate with you and with what you're sharing. And not because you have some particular expertise that they lack, but more that they desire to work with you. They feel like they want to be in your space. They feel like your energy is something that attracts them to you. So it's more about that energy exchange and that sense of partnership on the journey, which really, is what coaching is all about. And, I know that this is not anything revolutionary, but I think there is this trap that we can get into over time. And working as a coach can be quite isolating. I know that, many coaches are working in private business. They work in a fairly solitary way. They might work with a small number of other coaches, but in many cases they work in a quite solitary way. And so we can kind of get ourselves into thinking that we have to be something that we don't have to be. And we kind of sometimes disconnect from that early work that we do around being able to support others to find their own inner wisdom, that it's not our job to wave that magic wand and to solve the world's problems for all our clients' problems for them. So I hope that this idea has been helpful and that it's resonated with you in some way today. I would love to hear your thoughts. As I said, I think it'll be a polarizing topic because I think there is a comfort in playing the expert role as well. I think there's an element here of choosing between being the expert and shining our unique magic in the world. And really this, to stand out, to meet those people that you're meant to meet, to connect with those clients that are meant to find you, it's about sharing your magic. It's about shining your light. It's not about telling people what you know or how good you are at certain things, that, you know, your particular experience and how that fills the gap for them. It's more about sharing your magic, about, you know, that inner wisdom that you have and that inner beauty that you have that's uniquely yours, that nobody else has. When you start to share that, those people that are attracted to that energy, that are attracted to who you are as a person, that want to be in your space and in your world, will flow to you. They're not going to flow to you because you can give them the answers that they need. They're going to flow to you because they want to be in that energy that you have, and that energy that you're sharing, and that they feel that that's going to help open them up. They start to see themselves. They start to see themselves feeling that way. They start to see themselves connecting with that inner beauty within them, that inner magic within them as well, and feeling confident to be able to share who they are with the world the way that you are, without feeling like they have this weight of the world on their shoulders, that they have to solve people's problems, or they have to be something that they're not. You know, had a thought that I just wanted to share as well, which is about this continually skilling up. Like, one of the things that I see a lot in the coaching space, and it's a double-edged sword, is that coaches love to learn. We all, I think, come to this space with a desire to learn, and we love doing courses and training and workshops, and we love coaching, and we love experiencing that continuous personal growth. But we can hide behind this as well, because sometimes we can say, when I've got this, you know, credential or this qualification behind me, then I can do this, or I need this first before I can do this next thing. And so we can hide sometimes behind all those things that we think we need to be the expert, to be able to support people, when who we are already is enough. Who we are and what we have within us already is enough. For those clients that are waiting for us to be ready, the readiness doesn't come from all the trainings and the expertise and the experience. It comes from us choosing it. It comes from us stepping up and saying, I'm ready. I'm ready to be in this space. I'm ready to claim my own magic. I'm ready to say, here I am, and I'm here to help you. If you want to be in my space and in my world, then I'm here for you. I'm here to embrace you into that. And that I have, this desire to be a partner with you in the journey, and that is all we need together to really help you progress those dreams and those goals that you have for yourself, for you to find your own inner magic and your own inner wisdom, and for it to start singing in your life, for you to be able to step up and lead yourself, for you to be able to feel confident and trusting within yourself that you have everything already that you need. So I hope this topic was really helpful to you. I look forward to chatting with you again next week. And until then, take care. Bye.